Oh, blimey. Right, so you joined me today in a plane called the TBM 980 or 930. Where I'm doing one of the inbuilt bush trips in Flight Sim 2020. I'm doing the Amazon River, I believe it is, Amazon River bush trip. This is leg one. This is a plane that I'm very unfamiliar with, but I've just had to go through the complete checklist for starting the plane, so I've never started one of these before. So it's a first, and it'll be a first time flying this leg. So what we're going to try and do is get going, get in the air. It should be about a 17-minute flight, and we're just going to have a look around and see if it's worth doing the rest of this bush trip. So let's take the parking brake off. I don't think we need a pushback, but we need this guy to get out of the way. Or we'll just what we'll do is we'll just nudge over here a little bit, make sure we stay out of his way, onto this runway. We'll line up, we'll put a bit of takeoff flap on, we'll hold just there. So because it's a bush trip, we have our nav log, which tells us what to look out for on the way. But we also have a built-in flight plan built into the MFD, the multifunction display, which we can follow as well. So we'll try and follow along with that, and also follow along with the nav log and see how we get on. So let's give this bad boy some beans and see if we can hold it on the runway. Oh, I've not even checked what lights I've got on. I couldn't tell you. I still can't tell you. But there's 80 knots, and that's as good as any. We have gear on this one, so we'll select. Oops. Oh, gear's not working. Why is the gear not working? Let's just go and select it up. I must have the wrong switch for whatever reason. We'll take the flap up at this point. We have got caution, which I'm not sure why, but let's just have a look around outside. It looks awesome. I take it that bit of water over there is going to be the Amazon River. But anyway, as we make our way around, we can throttle back a little bit and push on until we get across the magenta line. Then we know we're on the right track. So as I said, we didn't have any lights on for takeoff, which was a bit naughty. We should have nav strobe. We might as well, let's have all three on. We're still heading up to some height. I don't know if I need to be this high, so let's throttle back, settle back, and see what the scenery looks like, which does look pretty incredible. It looks incredible. Can do is put the put the autopilot on, put it on heading mode, so So it should then follow the heading, and if I can find it, altitude hold. So we'll stay at this altitude. We can then increase the throttle. There's some paint job on this plane. Not quite sure what it is. So if we were to consult our moving map here, user 1 is coming up, as you can see on the map there. So this is us lifting off, setting course to the northwest to fly over the Parana River. It's the second longest river in South America, and it empties into the Atlantic Ocean in Argentina. So that's the river coming up below us now. So as we follow the waypoints in the display here, as we get close to them, the next one should kick in, and then what we can do is scroll down and see what's coming up. So there's a big dam coming up at our next one, but we're not quite there yet, so we should just wait and see. Hang on, I've got the wrong mode switched in, haven't I? Yeah, it should be on nav, sorry, there you go. That's better. That's a bit more like it. Okay, there we go. We're going up the river. Power's a bit twitchy on this. It's a bit twitchy on the power. Acrobatic manoeuvres are prohibited in this aircraft, so no acrobatics. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. It's quite a high dashboard on this boy. Just reset my view here. Yeah, it's quite a high dashboard. I feel like I'm sitting down in the plane here. So I'm just going to move up on my seat a bit, get a better view. So where are we? We are going along the magenta line. We are tracking 059 degrees. We've got 15 miles to our next waypoint turn. So, this is number 2 that we're on. So we're over the river Parana. We're following the course of the upstream, the river. The engineer Sergio Mota Dam, formerly known as the Porto Primavera Dam, the longest dam in Brazil, 7 miles long. Wow, 7 miles long. I believe it's just coming up on the, is that right, on the nose there? Very well could be. See something just stretching across the water. Like the sort of, yeah, it's got to be. If that's not it, then it'll be further along. But yeah, so the bush trips are pretty good. I like them in FlightSim. Gives you a chance to sort of have a good look around. Sometimes it's an area that you might know, so you can have a look. You can basically fly by, looking on the ground and seeing bits that you know, and other times you get a chance to virtually fly over different areas and different things in the world, and it's really quite good fun. Gives you a chance to see how good the scenery is in Flight Sim, as mine is 2020. Still, I haven't bitten the bullet yet. I'm just nosing around the cabin here because I'm not familiar with this cabin very much at all. It's got a nifty little computer system down here. PFD map settings. So we're on primary flight display, which is the one to my left. Select MFD, which is, I believe, the one in the middle. It's got map settings. So you can set autopilot stuff in here, navigation stuff. You can look at aircraft systems in here. You can track the weather. You can see if there's any. Oh, that's on traffic one already. So we've got multi displays that we can control. Aircraft systems, weights, cabin lights, power, fuel. Yeah, lots and lots of info going on. So we're coming up on waypoint 2, which is the dam, the Sergio Motta Dam, and this is it down to our left. If I can get my head in the right place, up against the windscreen. That's it down there. So 7 miles long, must be the bit from over there in the distance to under my wing, just a bit, which is about 7 miles long. So we're now on to leg 3. So we are flying over the Sergio Motta Reservoir, pass over the dam, fly along the length of the Engineer Motta Dam Reservoir, which is held back by the Engineer Sergio Motta Dam. The reservoir fills a valley and is up to 7 miles wide by 155 miles long. The 4th largest reservoir by surface area. So we're basically flying over this huge mass of water, reservoir water. We're not flying over it for 155 miles. No, no, no. We are flying over it for 29 miles. 28.5 miles. So we are going to cover a fair bit of it. More than I thought. Anyway, more back down to see what's going on here. So MFD. Let's go back to PFD, which is our primary flight display here on the left. So what we've got here is a little navigation piece we've got, which is called the traffic inset. So if there's any other aircraft operating in this vicinity, it's only a range of 2 miles on here. I think I can change that. We should be able to spot them. We've obviously got our ribbons, one for height on the right hand side and speed on the left. So we're currently flying 228 knots. We're at a height of 4,680 feet. That depends on whether I've got the barometer set properly, which is 29.97. It's actually 29.99. So that will just set itself and readjust. So as we head up the reservoir, not much to see apart from a whole lot of water. having a little look around. So we've got some ice lights. Pitot heat, we shouldn't need that. The outside air temperature is 19 degrees, so we're not going to need to warm the pitot up. Got a little airflow, bleed of the pressurized air. We're not above 10,000 feet, so we shouldn't be in need of that. So anyway, back to this little PFD. We've got now speed bugs, timers, map settings. Traffic map. Let's have a look at the traffic map. Oh, it's gone. Alright, okay. Put it back in. Traffic map. I thought I'd be able to go and get the settings up if I went into that. I can do map range here. So let's go out. I thought I was going out. 2 miles, 6 miles, there we go, that's a bit more. So the range, maximum range, got 12 miles there, 24 miles. And then that shows us our waypoints. User 2, we've just gone past, so we're heading towards user 3. So any traffic in this area, any other aircraft, they should pop up there. It's probably a bit much actually, we don't need that. We'll just go for 2 miles and 6 miles as inner and outer rings. What else have we got? Minimums, I haven't set minimums because we're flying along quite well. Speed bugs. Let's set any of those. V speeds 90 knots, 100 knots, 124. Okay. All good stuff, all good stuff. But this one, I would have thought I could change the scale of this one. I can't see any keys on here, but so should be on LFD anyway. Map settings, let's have a look. Traffic settings, terrain. So aviation. Land. North up, 60 seconds. There's some little island in the middle of there. On the dial, just have a quick look at the dials, everything's in the green. That's fine. That's different mode. That's that bit there, max diff. So I can either have that on auto or I can have max diff. Let's get rid of the warning anyway, so store and do we need that? Definitely don't. Yeah, we don't need them. Right, so we're coming up on our next user waypoint, so we'll match or scroll ahead and have a look. It's the airport. So skirt the eastern side of Sergio Motta Reservoir, gain a visual on the Helios Cerejo Bridge, which spans the reservoir, land at the Presidente Epiticiato Airport, located just to the north of the ridge on its eastern side. So, across to our east, which is just to the right here. So what we'll do is we'll start thinking about, yes, I'm going to close that myself. What we will do is we'll probably take the, once we've got a line up here, probably take the autopilot off, go fly manually, so that I can have a fiddle with things. How far have we got to go? 27 miles, so probably at about 10 miles I suppose there should be plenty of time for us to get down from this kind of height, only at 4,000 feet, 4,600. I'm not sure what the elevation, it never tells, that's the other thing, it never tells you the elevation of these runways in the bush trips. It just tells you limited information about how to find it, and then you basically have to find it yourself and land. We are coming into some cloud, which I'm not happy about, so I'm just gonna let's just scroll my vertical speed so we drop down below the cloud a little bit. Back off on the power. So yeah, this will be my first time landing in the TBM. So God knows what that's going to be like. So it's quite a powerful airplane, this one. Goes along at a fair old lick, 218 knots. So it's, not even to think about it. Twice the speed of a Cessna. It does have a big old brute of an engine up front. So we're just dropping down now a little bit, 4,200. Not much of a bush trip if you can't see where you're going. So I'm looking for this bridge, and then the airfield should be on the eastern side, which is off to my right of the bridge. It's going to be difficult to see because I've got quite a high nose on this bad boy. Local air pressure's gone up again. It's gone up above 30. Mileage 17. We're just slowing down nicely and dropping in altitude. Right, let's make sure we've got lights on for landing here. So here we go, external lights, this bad boy. Oops. Can we get it on properly? Why will that not? There. Landing, okay, that's better. So we've got all lights are on. Let's just what is wrong with this? Why can't I turn that panel lighting up? Just there we go. The lights on now. It's a bit better. Let's see what's going on. This is a massive body of water, and this is damn. This is there's the bridge. There's a bridge coming up, starting to come into view. Okay, so let's reduce our power. Let's think about bringing in 11 miles, bringing in bit of flap just to take our speed down, Saying the airfield is to the east of this bridge, so that's just on this body of land to the right here. So coming up on our right hand side. Next thing we're going to think about is our landing gear. So we get speed down a little bit more. So I'm guessing that the airfield is going to be dead ahead on this bit of land that just seems to be sticking out a little bit. Obviously it gives you a picture on the nav log there of what the airfield looks like, and it looks like we could be doing a straight in approach on the runway, which is probably like 06 or something. I think I can spot the runway now. So we shall, I'm going to have to check my gear settings. Where's my gear? Ah, there's the gear. Now I found it. So we'll come off the autopilot at this point. Oh, that's not it. Sorry, that is the autopilot. This looks like the bridge. Quite a long bridge. Does it say how long the bridge is? It spans the reservoir, so it's saying the reservoir is up to 7 miles across. I'm not saying that bridge is 7 miles across, but flipping heck, it's a long old bridge, that's for sure. Okay, there. I'm a bit close. That seems to be the runway just down there off the nose. So what we'll do is, I didn't have the wind data in here. Normally I can get the wind data up. No, I'm just going to have to fly out. Wow, what's that? Somebody's got a nice big swimming pool. Nice. Nice. So what we'll do, she'll be dropping down. Can't see any windsock going on there. But we'll just line up, get parallel with the runway. Throttle back. And look to bring a bit more flap in for landing. And I think we should be reasonably okay. Whoa. That nose is dropping. Reasonably okay for a turn on to final. Just keep it coming round. Okay. There we go. feet call out from the computer. So it must be a reasonable elevation then. It must be sort of 700 feet, I would imagine, above sea level. Bear in mind what my altimeter is reading. We'll just try and keep it as flat as we can. There's a tree at the end of the runway that probably isn't there in real life, but it's there and I don't want to hit it. And cars and all sorts. Whoa, let's just hold and there we go. So, yeah, we were into wind. Right, so looks like up here is a bit of parking. We've got a few aircraft sitting around near the fuel bowser. So and there's some chaps there. They just seem to be standing around in a field. Well, let's put them to use. Let's just see if they'll do us the honour of marshalling us to there we go, he's just kicked in. Straight ahead, a bit more that way. There we go. Oh, anyway, there we go. That's the end of that. So we're at the end of the flight. We've made it to Presidente Epiziao Airport. So thanks for flying along. Normally at this point we get a notification to say you've arrived, but we've not had anything yet. So. It's very strange. Let's just kill our lights. I'm not sure how to switch this bad boy off, to be honest. Let's try that and that. And maybe. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's shut them down, and then we can switch the battery off. No. Whatever it is, it's not working. Oh well, I think we're here.